Hey everyone, and welcome to the Love America Hate Taxes podcast. I'm Ryan. This is Don, and today we're going to be talking about a continuance of the House Ways and Means Committee proposed bill, one of the proposed bills that they're looking at, and that's the elimination of the death tax.
Yeah.
So,
So much controversy on this one here. And Ryan, the reality is, there's certainly legitimate things to be concerned about, but the reality is, this is an impact. Right now, it's about $14 million a person for your state tax exemption. So it doesn't apply to most of us out there. I mean, I could tell you it doesn't apply to me anywhere close to it. But there's a lot of farmers out there who have a lot of land, of big farms that are still left, and then their families have this estate tax issue, and so that creates a lot of problems out there where they either have to sell it off or, to cover the taxes because Uncle Sam always wants his money quickly, okay? So, that being said, there's some legitimate issues there, and I know that President Trump, that was one of his, campaigns was to eliminate this here, but people always say, "Well, it's only for the rich, it's only for the billionaires." Well, think about these farmers out here, they're generally not, they just have
mhm,
a lot of land that the value, as we know, of all land's gone up across the
mhm,
board, and so that's the kind of um, the challenge here is, yes, there's some legitimacy to talk about. It does impact the very wealthy, but the reality is there's a lot of people out there who are getting squeezed and harmed because of them just having a lot of real estate because of farms, as an example. But that all being said, it over the next 10 years, by eliminating the estate tax, it's $370 billion of
mm,
a cost. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I've in
mhm,
37 years, I've seen a lot of wealthy people
mhm.
who take steps to address this estate tax.
Sure.
So, there again, going back to what I was saying earlier, the savings is probably gonna be more along the lines of those who are very land rich
Mhm, mhm.
because, the wealthy, the Rockefellers and different ones like that, they take steps to address these estate
Sure,
taxes,
sure.
whether that's through, charitable planning or whatever the case is.
And my grandfather, we had at one point we had a family farm and we had around 700 acres. And as the kids grew up, they couldn't afford the tax on the land, they couldn't afford everything else. And so then they'd sell it off. They just couldn't maintain it. And now we're down to about 100 or so is what we have. But that's a perfect example. He wasn't a rich guy, he was just land rich, is what he had.
Mm.
But it kept getting whittled down because it's expensive to own
Well,
land.
when I started my career, Ryan, this has been quite a few years ago, I won't say how many, but the estate tax exemption was $600,000 for
Wow.
one person. So,
Mm,
yeah, it wouldn't be hard to, have an issue there. And the reality is that without some kind of legislation to fix this here, there is a sunset provision,
oh, wow.
that it drops back down to, I think, about $2 million a piece.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Anything else around that?
No, I think that's pretty much it. So if you have over $14 million or 28 million as a couple, then this might be of interest to you. If you're under that, probably not a big